Okay, day 2. Um, Pretty normal day, it was good. I realized something. One, I feel like the notes that I have been taking are just kind of not great. I'll share my screen and kind of show exactly what I've been kinda taking notes on. Kinda just the basics. What I've been doing is just on YouTube looking at, you know, beginner tutorials on how to learn how to day trade, and so I'm not very good at taking notes, but some things I'm learning here, the candlesticks, um, what it all means with the wicks, um, and if you're brand new like I am, then the candlesticks kind of show when a graph is going up and down, with the wicks being these lines showing their highs and their lows in that time interval. So say you have your time interval set to 15 minutes. This wick will show how high it went and how low it went in those 15 minutes, and depending on whether it's green or red, will show its net positivity or negativity. Um, but yeah, I won't explain every single thing on the notes, but what I really am trying to do is, one, learn how to be profitable. And again, I don't know how many times I said it in the first video, but it's going to be a while before that ever happens. And I'm totally expecting that. Um, I'm willing to accept that, but I know it'll come if we just stay consistent. So yeah, we're looking at key behaviors and for ourselves, good behaviors as a, you know, trader, what we should be doing, how we can become profitable as soon as possible. So it's kind of just, learning how to calculate our risk, what we should be spending. So right here is just an easy to understand little graph. We're risking 1 unit, and in trade we might gain, 3 units or so on. Right here kind of shows how we can calculate our proficiency, our profitability. So say we have 7 losses and 3 wins. Each loss is 1 unit. And each win here you'll see is like a positive 5.2, positive 2.5. You add them all up, so if we had, what is this, 7 losses, in total it's a -7. And presented as a percentage, you'll see like 70% loss, 30% win. Looks bad, but if you add up the units, then you're actually profiting 3.6. So the percentage can be deceiving. So you want to look more at the units or money. And so say this was your percentages and your money earned and lost, this would be profitable. This kind of just explains, what trends means, the importance of recognizing patterns and what it can lead to, what kind of causes these fluctuations, learning about like the market structure. So really quick, again, if you're brand new, I'll just explain it and of course do your own study, but a break of structure is, say it's following a pattern and it breaks that pattern. That's kind of the break of structure. And it'll create a trend if it continues. And so how do we know when a trend ends? A change of character. So say your trend is you're consistently breaking the structure and it's going higher and higher. The change of character happens when there's a failure to make a break of structure. So say like right here, you'll see 2 break of structures and it's going up and up. Well, right here, it failed to go above that high point. So it's change of character, and now it'll start to head down as it does. And again, it's not gonna be every time, but it's good to recognize patterns, or so I'm told. Yeah, So a lot of this will go on to like mindset that you should have, and we'll get into all that and how to calculate your expectancy. So yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, these are good notes, but you know, it's kind of overwhelming. And I'm watching these like beginner tutorials, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm bombarded by all the information, and I just don't know what to do with it. And it really doesn't help me start. Um, but as I mentioned in day one, I have a friend who's getting into it as well, and he's further along than I am, and I think he's actually making a good amount of money already. He's a few months in, and he recommended TJR. I'm sure you've heard of him if you've started a little bit into learning how to trade. TJR in his boot camp. And so today, when I was driving, it was after work. I was gonna go DoorDash, and so I was driving up to a spot where I know gets good tips and things like that. And I was listening to his boot camp while I was driving, and it's amazing. The first day, it's specifically all about mindset. So it doesn't even go into like strategies or what anything means or the market. It was all about mindset. And it's kind of what we touched on day one with just delusional confidence. It's like this is not going to be easy, and it's not going to be a get rich scheme. It's a lot of hard work, and it takes time, but it's real. It's not fake as much as people want you to believe. It will work. But it all depends on you and the amount of work you're willing to put in, the amount of effort you're willing to put in, if you're willing to be consistent. On top of that, there's things outside of trading and information and knowledge that goes into it. One of them being confidence. Are you confident in your abilities? And when I say confidence, I think the biggest differential between confidence and cockiness is when you're cocky, you you think you're the shit without putting in any work, without putting in any effort. When you didn't earn the right to feel that way about yourself. But when you're confident, you have the work ethic to back it up. You have the proof right in front of you. Whether other people see that proof or not doesn't matter because confidence is within. And so, touched a lot about that, and it was really, really cool. I loved the first episode, and I'm going to be keeping up with it throughout these days, and I'll probably mention what I've learned from those videos. So, yeah. Another thing I wanted to touch on today is more about myself because I didn't do a very good job about that on day one. So, one, I have an amazing family who's very, very supportive and things like that. My dad is incredible. The laptop I'm using right now, he actually let me borrow it because he has a new one. So this is an older one, but it's still a very, very nice laptop. My mom, just as incredible. She's very, very supportive and wants the best for me, and she worries. And I'm the youngest of four siblings, and they're all incredible examples. I have two sisters, one older brother. And so part of my journey kind of pushed me to move is I had an incredible job opportunity to work for my dad, which is what my brother is doing right now. My dad is a manager at a car dealership, a very, profitable dealership. And my brother's working for him in finance, and they make a great amount of money. My dad, he just bought a brand new house, over $1 million. The house is worth over $1 million. My brother's 23 years old, 2 years older than me. He just bought a new house as well, and he makes $20,000 a month. And I turned that down to move to Utah and pick up dog poop, which I'm sure sounds really, really stupid to most people. And I'm sure I'm getting judged by it. And I'm sure, quietly my brother and my dad are both judging me. But the reason I did it is I felt like there was something that I could do that might be better than that. That might be greater than that. That wouldn't have a ceiling. Because I know that as good of a job as it is, there's a ceiling. You only get so far. You can only make so much money. You're always going to be working for someone else. I don't want that. I think I can find something that will give me more. And I think this is it. And I just felt so good about this decision. And I know I'm nowhere near proving my point yet, but it's going to happen. And I'm positive about it. So yeah, that was a little bit about why I'm here, not with my family. But again, my they're all incredible. Um, my dad is a very hardworking person. There's no denying that. My brother's a very hardworking person. My sisters. Um, the path that they've chosen is amazing. So no shade to them. But yeah, update on some of the new equipment. I ordered a new desk, a new mic, and a new camera. There's some other things I want to get, but little by little. I dashed a lot today and yesterday, just to afford this stuff because any money that I'm making on my regular job is going towards my rent, and so I need other sources to get this stuff. So I dash a lot, and so I'm excited for that stuff to come in. It'll probably improve these videos a lot, but yeah, the journey's going good. Mentally, I feel strong. I'm really, really motivated right now in these early days, even though nothing has even happened. Something in the TJR video that he challenges to do, he calls it homework, which, again, if you're not doing it, you're not taking steps forward, and you're gonna get left behind. So one of those things is to journal and to log. So I already journal, not very consistently, so I'm gonna improve on that. I'm gonna journal just a personal journal about my mental state, physical state, whatever. And I also want to keep a log of what I'm learning, how I'm trading, and when I do and spending my money on trades, I want to have a log and I want to keep track of it so I can understand what strategies are working, what's not. And it'll help me be profitable a lot sooner. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I'm really excited. I'm going to start the YouTube. I'm also going to start posting on TikTok. I've been kind of studying on how to kind of blow up. And the biggest tip that I've seen over and over and over again, if you're kind of in the same boat as me trying to figure it out, every single person will tell you consistency several times a day, 8 times a day. I hear people say anywhere from like 3 to 10 times a day. So staying in that margin, being super, super consistent. I'm going to start it when I start posting these videos. I'm going to do it. So yeah, that's all I have, but I'll see you guys for day 3.